If you take a child who's growing, it's the hormones that are making him grow, it's sort of genetic plan, and he's going to be hungry and he's going to eat to fuel that. If you feed him loads and loads more calories, he's not just going to get taller and taller, he's just going to get fat. And it's a very similar process if you're looking to build muscle. So this is leading towards, how to eat later, the importance of eating to appetite and sort of listening to your body. So I sort of want to skim through that. Food does contain calories. You need calories to live, you need calories to move, you need calories to burn muscle. You might want to reduce those calories to burn fat. That's the general sort of concept people have of food, which is, true. But what often gets overlooked and what I really want to focus on today is that food is a lot more than just calories. You're not just like an engine that burns petrol. Your food is a source of raw materials for you. And I say when you eat that food is another living organism, or it should be. You break it down into tiny little particles, you absorb it into yourself, and you put it back together as you. I think that's an important concept to try and sort of get in your head as you're stuffing down the McDonald's meal after binge drinking all last night. That's going to get broken down and potentially incorporated into you. So what is it that you are made of? The body requires certain raw materials from the diet, namely essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, essential vitamins and minerals, and other things like cholesterol, choline. I've put X there, which I'll come on to. Essential amino acids, think of them like building blocks. Everything's protein, amino acids, muscle. This is true, muscles are made out of amino acids, but so is so much more. Your brain, your hair, your fingernails, your internal organs, hormones. You need protein for digestion, for muscle contractions. Essential amino acids are used for all sorts of different things, and so the only place you're going to get them from is your diet. If you're not getting the right quality in there, you've not got the right raw materials to work with, then your body's not going to be in the condition that it could be. Very similar, essential fatty acids, people have heard of like omega-3s, omega-6s. These again are essential, used for all sorts of different things, your brain. When you learn a new movement or when you learn a new skill, forming new synaptic pathways, that requires omega-3 fatty acids. Inflammation throughout your body, your immune system, everything modulated by essential fatty acids. So really, really critical for health. Vitamins and minerals, again, used in all sorts of different processes, your metabolism. Every process in your body requires some, pretty precise balance of vitamins and minerals. If you don't have them, enough of them, or you don't have them in the right balance, then processes aren't going to work as efficiently. And then, things like cholesterol, much maligned, it's not bad for you. It's bad when it gets damaged, but it's actually critical for health. Every cell in your body requires cholesterol. The formation of hormones like testosterone is based on cholesterol. Making vitamin D from sunlight requires cholesterol. Absolutely critical. And you can produce it yourself, but getting it from your diet makes life a lot easier for your body. And I put choline, essential for the liver. The reason I put that there, it's like one of the more recently discovered things. And I put X there because there's still that element of the unknown now. We talk a lot about nutrition. You see nutrition in the news all the time, science reports, we've just discovered this, we've just discovered that. In reality, we don't know what we don't know yet. There's a lot of things that are still getting discovered that we don't understand, which I think is why it's important to eat a big varied diet and eat real food, which I'll come on to in a sec. More formatting issues here. So still on this subject of essential nutrition, can you have too much of a good thing? We just said, right, you've got your essential amino acids, your essential fatty acids, essential vitamins and minerals. They're essential, so we just want loads and loads and loads and more and more and more of them. That's not necessarily the case. This should say essential does not equal more is better. I'm using an analogy. Amino acids like building blocks. If you imagine your body is like a building site, you've got builders on there, you've got a plan that you want to build, you've got so many builders. Just delivering more and more bricks at a faster and faster rate is not going to help the building get built any quicker or any better. In actual fact, if you've got builders there and they're constantly having to take these deliveries of loads and loads of bricks, it's actually going to take them away from the job of actually building the building. So you're going to just be counterproductive there. You just got like bricks lying around everywhere, nightmare. You know, you want to get sufficient, but you don't want to go crazy and just go overboard. Same with the essential fatty acids. You know, there's a massive market now in selling omega-3 capsules because they are essential. This is important. And a lot of people are in imbalance. They've got too much omega-6 from eating processed foods, not enough omega-3. So they say, well, have all these omega-3 tablets, redress your balance. A little analogy here is like ovens and fridges. If you've got a house, pretty essential to have an oven. It's pretty essential to have a fridge. If you end up with 5 ovens, the solution is not to buy an extra 4 fridges to redress the balance. That's just, you know, madness, really. There is to get rid of some of the ovens, you know. It's a more sensible solution. And very similar with the vitamins and minerals, you know. Yes, they're critical, but I generally, you know, there's always an exception to the rule. You know, don't say there's one diet, there's one rule for everybody. But be very wary if you're taking any vitamin and mineral supplements, because it's quite easy to have too much of one, not enough of another. Set yourself out of balance. Another thing that you don't really hear much about in the sort of mainstream press, mainstream media, is that food is also potentially a source of toxins and anti-nutrients. Real food has not been designed. There's not even really such a thing as food. Food is just a name we give to certain living organisms that we have chosen to devour and incorporate into ourselves. No food is perfect, and the effects that it has on your particular body are going to be different, depending on a number of different factors. For example, genetics. 2 different people can eat the same foods, can affect them in a very, very different way. Some people can be much more reactive to one food than another. Digestive health. Now, this is a really important factor, which we're going to come on to like the second main part of the talk. If somebody's got poor digestion, can eat a food, you know, you might not be able to extract the same nutrition out of it, or it might, you know, affect your health in a more negative way.